For too long, a small group in our nation's capital has reaped the rewards of government while the people have borne the cost. Washington flourished, but the people did not share in its wealth. Politicians prospered, but the jobs left and the factories closed. The establishment protected itself, but not the citizens of our country. What truly matters is not which party controls our government, but whether our government is controlled by the people.
The world is a mess. The world is as angry as it gets. All of this has happened.
From this day forward, it's going to be only America first.
Okay.
You are going to be so proud of your country because we're going to turn it around and we're going to start winning again. We're going to win so much. We're going to win at every level. We're going to win so much. You may even get tired of winning and you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more. I'm going to bomb the shit out of them. It's true. I don't care. 2024 is the final battle to save our country from destruction. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you.
What a beautiful way to start this content. I had to remind the haters of who we voted for to go up in office. Stop playing with my man because he has done everything he said he was going to do, including his team. And that's why they big mad. Big mad. Big mad. I love y'all. And YouTube better not hate and let me play this entire thing with the music and everything, or I'm gonna be too mad because y'all can't tell me y'all didn't just get hyped after seeing that. I know, calm down, y'all. Right, so let's go ahead and get on into it. Now this just brings me back to fast forwarding to the bimbos that was just shown in there, y'all. They are still running around with their heads cut off. Democrat leader threatens Republican, don't make me expose you. And of course y'all know who this is coming from. Let's get into it. Now, after watching that, y'all, calm on down. We good. Of course, he has won. He's in office. His team is doing exactly what they said they were going to do at all these campaigns and stuff. And now you have a lot of people lashing out, acting out. You know what I'm saying? They can't control their emotions. And we're here for it. So with that being said, y'all, let's dive into this bimbo.
Well, in another cringy video, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries threatens Tennessee Republican Andy Ogles for pushing Democrats to be stripped of their committee assignments after their shameful display during Trump's speech.
These people are malignant clowns. Andy Ogles is a fraud, a complete and total fraud. You aren't throwing anyone off of any committee in the House of Representatives. Don't make me expose you to folks who don't know you.
Oh, he
On
thought he had
Democrats' attempt
bars.
to be hip and cool, social media stars Congressman Eric Swalwell.
That man thought he had bars. Don't make me expose you to the people who don't know you. Shut up.
Swalwell dropped this video and the F-bomb too.
What a f***ing week, huh? You know how weird this week was? I went to the State of the Union, and the president didn't even speak. He just sat up in the visitors gallery like a total weirdo and let his press secretary do all the talking. What a week.
Well, profanity seems to be the new rallying cry. Democrats are now cursing up a storm.
For real.
Somebody slap me
Oh,
and wake me the
Lord.
up, because I'm ready to get on with it.
If you could speak directly to Elon Musk, what would you say?
Off.
Elon Musk and his hackers don't know
Potty
to
mouth.
think that Elon Musk or Donald Trump give a about our public schools.
It's total
Wow.
absolute.
Trump.
I don't swear and
Hold up now, y'all doing all this, and when my president said, what he say, y'all? What was that little word that he said? When the secretary, when they had the she was talking or whatever, he said one cuss word, and they try to make that the biggest thing. But you got all these bimbos right here cursing up a storm. What difference does it make? I can't remember, but I was watching it live, and President Trump said a curse word, and I'm talking about, oh, they were just, I'm like, man, shut up, okay? Because if these bimbos can do it, he deserves to say 2 or 3 cuss words, and he can. He's the president of the United States, so shut up.
public very well, but we have to Trump.
No, yourselves.
Wow, it sounded like Morse code there for a
Yourselves.
second with all those beeps. Jeremy, it seems to be going well, that postmortem.
Yeah, I mean, clearly they are having a hard time. And really what it is when you don't have a message and you have nothing positive to present to the American people, when you have no plan, no strategy, you just start to just think they're now just going off the reservation, that's, constantly swearing and just trying to howl at the moon to try to garner some type of, resistance to what Trump is doing because they have no message. And I think that's the problem right now, is that they are lost at sea. They have realized that the vocabulary that they've used for so many decades about, identity politics and, everything's about your race and oppression and victimization. They realize that whole narrative has failed, and they don't have the language to use anymore to actually persuade Americans. So now we're just seeing them throw anything at the wall that will stick. And as we can see, it's quite embarrassing for them.
Well, you say the victimization language has failed. Maybe
Very.
Al Green did not catch that memo. Listen to him on his censure.
I had to sit in the back of the bus, the balcony of the movie, drink from a colored water fountain when the speaker decided that I would be removed. And then there was this motion, this resolution to censure me. It became obvious to me that I was not being treated as others were.
Here we
and
go.
Candidly
Oh,
speaking,
Lord. Here we go. Shut up, Al Green, because I'm sick of you. You got up there. You act the fool. You know the rules when you got up in there. You thought you was going to have some people, your other Demis, back you up, and them bimbos didn't. So you got the boot. You got the boot. You were trying to be disrespectful. And this administration, Trump, you can play that with the last administration and everybody else, but you cannot play that with Trump and his administration. You got the boot. You got kicked out. You thought you was going to have a team, and you didn't. Point blank, period. Ain't nobody treat your little tail like nothing. Shut up.
it is invidious discrimination.
Okay, so Harris, it's invidious discrimination, except maybe it has to do with you were the only House member ever to disrupt a joint proceeding of Congress in that manner. And 10 of your colleagues in the Democratic Party voted to censure you.
I had Representative Gooden on last hour, and he was the person who took that protest card out of the woman's hand, the liberal lawmaker who was flashing the president with, disregard and whatnot as he was walking into the chamber. And he said, I voted on that censure. So he knew exactly what was going on in both those rooms, right? Both those occasions. And he said, well, what did this representative think he was going to get? I mean, this was beyond disrespect. And it fits into the category of why they're cussing at us. They're just out of ideas. And, some of these people did go to some of those Tony.
And I don't know who giving them to go on these stupid, dumb videos that they are putting out here. I'm over here just like, blow. Are y'all not blow? Y'all see all these dumb videos they putting out? Stuff like, who is giving them the green card to go? Because whoever it is needs to stop.
Liberal organizational schools that we've been talking about, those Ivy Leagues, they've got expensive education, some of them. Why are they out of words? Oh my goodness, that's all they do is know words. I'm confounded by the fact that they've got a cuss. They really have a license on bad ideas at this point when it comes to policies. People didn't want to hear about all that stuff that they were coming about. Yeah, you can go use the same bathroom as me, and if you dress like me, you're allowed to go in. That doesn't make you a woman, but we know they can't define women. This is across the board. So the question is, who will separate out in the Democrat Party? You cannot be part of the stuff and be quality at the same time. You've got to separate out and be a quality individual. Who among you will stand?
Yes. Well, Van Jones had some sanguine advice for his party. Listen to this.
Look, man, we're screwed. I mean, we don't know. No, Democrats don't know what to do. This is a nightmare. Somebody like Donald Trump, we thought we'd at least have Hakeem Jeffries in the speaker's chair to hold him back if we didn't have Kamala in there to do the right thing. And then offending most people in the country, calling everybody sexist and racist and transphobic and every other name, and then saying, please follow us. That's not a good strategy, folks. Defending a broken status quo and offending most of the country turns out is not as popular as my party thought it was going to be.
Facts.
Harley is not wrong.
Yeah, no, he is not. And, between the election and the inauguration, there were a lot of reach across the aisle statements. I remember from Democrat Senator Tina Smith out of Minnesota. She said something like, this time around, I'm not going to jump on the crazy train and attack every single thing that Donald Trump does. So maybe she's not on that train, but there are a whole lot of Democrats that are. And when you swear repeatedly like that, that doesn't equal passion. It equals disrespect. And I think it devalues the job that the a certain portion of the American people have elected you to do. And when Republicans were in the opposition party, they had a lot to run on. They had a lot to message on. The border, crime, inflation, because there were issues with the border, crime, and the economy. Democrats don't quite have that yet. So all they're doing is yelling. I do have to give one Democrat some credit here, because over the weekend I listened to an episode of Gavin Newsom's podcast where he's talking to Republicans, and he interviewed Charlie Kirk, and I thought it was fantastic.
I watched that.
Yeah, he really had a very good, solid conversation with Charlie Kirk, and even asked for advice. How should Democrats message this and that?
Thank you, girl.
And it is clear that he is doing this to reach a broader group of Americans. Clearly has the White House in his sights, but not to devalue or discredit what he's doing there. I mean, he's one Democrat that seems to be getting it right, talking to Republicans rather than cursing and yelling at them.
Emily, I do agree that it was very seductive to listen to him with Charlie Kirk. He's very good at kind of flipping the script, but he's the guy who called the emergency legislative session to oppose Trump. So I feel like there might be a sinister political motive here with his podcast.
It's clear. It's clear.
Obvious political motive. Yeah. I'll say this. When I first heard Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries talk about malignant clowns, I actually wasn't looking at the screen when I heard that. And I thought that it was a Republican talking about those elected Democrat officials who refused to stand or clap for wins for America and who have been engaging in just swearing. So hilarious that he was actually it was one of them. I'll say this, that the issue with them is that they're falling flat on policy. That's why, in part, President Trump said, look, keep it up. You guys are going to become a vastly minority party if you start voting with the 10 on 90-10 issues. I paraphrase what he said. And they're flailing. I love what you said about howling at the moon, because without the talking points, it's the ones that are thoughtfully engaged and their actual thoughtful discourse are the ones that are unique, and the ones, to your point, that came out and said, I did clap, and that is something to champion. But the squeaky wheel is getting the grease. And this absolute erosion of decorum that we've seen is somehow spreading like wildfire, and the thoughtful ones are not. So their leadership needs to do a little bit more, I think, than telling them to vote against the clean CR. I think leadership needs to have a come to Jesus meeting with them about their behavior, because it's unacceptable, and they're going to see it at the next ballot box.
Yeah, and they did have a meeting Friday. It was called a come to Jesus meeting, and apparently they berated their members. So I don't know if it's working or when these were
Jesus was not there.
Not working.
Yeah, taking their tails. It's out. Yep, y'all. So that's just the, that's going on. All right. So just a reminder of y'all who they say they couldn't even, define what a woman is.
After President Trump's address to Congress, I decided, let's just keep Johnny here.
Hang on, y'all. That wasn't supposed to happen. Anywho. All right, y'all. So, by my boy, Benny Johnson Freak, this bill impacts my ability to be with kids. No child should be within 100 feet of this thing. So, a lot of them are, look at this, y'all. It's crazy. This is some of the stuff that was going on in the past administration that Trump is like throwing out the window, signing executive orders left to right, because we can't be having this. If you think that this is okay, you guys were just as corrupted as the past administration is. Let's get into it.
Hello. Hello, my name is Bridget Bandit, and I'm speaking in opposition to SB 18. I'm a born and raised Texan and full-time drag queen. Previously, I've worked with children throughout my life as a swim instructor, teaching summer art camps, hosting children's birthday parties, and volunteering in my church as a youth group leader. Today, I occasionally host drag queen story times. These kinds of events don't differ much from the kind of work I did before, yet this bill would impact my ability to work with children simply based on a subjective and ill-defined expectation of how I should look. Hello.
Confusing our babies. I'm so glad this era is done. For real. Because this is just ridiculous, y'all. Seriously. Now, this is coming straight from the 1776. This young lady explained biology, identity, and the cost of allyship perfectly, y'all. She is about to just inform some of y'all, okay? Don't come for me because I ain't sent for y'all. Let's go.
While everyone is in an uproar about who can bleed and who can't, men have become so obsessed with women that they want to turn into one. And I find it quite flattering that womanhood seems so great to you guys. Y'all know me, you may not like what I gotta say, but I'm gonna say it anyways. In recent conversation, there's been a lot of uproar between trans women and real women. In my opinion, I think the most misogynistic thing that a man can do is reject his biology as a man and go into women-dominated spaces telling other women how he's a better woman than them because it's based off of his feelings of how he perceives a woman to be, while walking in society emulating what he believes a woman looks like by replicating other women. When we're discussing womanhood, I cannot go to another woman and ask her what it feels like to be a woman, because being a woman is not a feeling. However, being a woman, I absolutely am subjected to my reproductive organs that identify me as a woman. And saying that doesn't mean that I'm less than a woman. It just means that that is the beginning of my woman origin and my woman experience. And for the women who can't have a baby, we still recognize those women as women because they do have the reproductive organs to do so. However, we also understand that something is medically wrong with them. I will give credence to the fact that women are not the only people who have a period if we're identifying them that way, because non-binary people or trans men actually can also have a period, but at the basis of it, we call those biological women. However, when you're talking about trans women, we understand that that is something that biologically impossible you cannot do. The power struggle here that comes into play is when there is a very small minority of people imposing onto a larger group of people that are telling them what they would like to be called, how they would like to be treated, how they would like to be pronounced, and how they would like to be identified, but then you're imposing terminology onto them that they have yet to accept. So I must appease your feelings calling you by the pronouns that you identify with as, because you have chosen to make this decision about putting on a wig and putting on nails and putting on a dress. However, when I tell you I reject terms like birthing person or breastfeeder or real woman or biological woman or cisgendered woman, at this point then I should just understand and accept it because science says so. But science also says that the basis of your DNA, you are biologically a male. So why are we not listening to science all the way across the board? Seems a little hypocritical to me. And since everyone has such an issue with understanding just hilarious, let me go ahead and put my cape on because I think I can break it down for you a little bit more. It's very disingenuous for you to overshadow that woman's feelings in regards to her womanhood when she actually has given birth to a baby, which biologically that does make her a woman. However, you decided to discuss her looks and says that she looks like a trans person while you're also attempting to advocate for trans people. It's giving inherent transphobia. Also, to resurface the interview where she's relaying her experience of a man DMing her thinking that she was a trans woman to have sex with her probably offended her because she's an actual woman, and it should be more of a slight to trans people considering the fact that that person has a fetish. It just wanted to sexualize you and use you as an inanimate object. As a black woman, we have to be extremely mindful of how we attach ourselves to other intersectional groups when it comes to their issues, because we're always the first to remind people nobody respects us and nobody protects us, but we're the first to jump into the line line of fire when other people need a defense. So here's a few things to remember when you're talking allyship. They're always present when it's time to give the tea or bash heterosexual men and amplify any bad experience that we've had in regards to our relationship issues. But anytime it's time to help these children and provide for them or be a better role model or even your protection, they are nowhere to be found. Not saying that there is an agenda, but I will say for a very small group of people who seem to not have any effect on anybody, when their issues come up in conversation, they're making a huge ruckus, and their representation comes at the basis of overshadowing other marginalized people.
Boom. Facts, y'all. Facts. Hang on. Katie. Hang on. Who out there? Hold on. Kylie, what you doing? Y'all. Mom life. The kids are at the door. Kylie. And my puppy is right here. Okay, so facts, y'all. Facts when it came to this. Okay? Like, some of y'all gonna have to rewind that, because when I tell you she's throwing flames, she is throwing flames. Hang tight. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. Where did I stop it? Oh, okay. Breaking. Justin has resigned and Canadians Liberal Party has selected Mark Cheney as the replacement. Y'all, this man has resigned. What?
In first place, the next Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney, with 131,674 votes, resulting in 29,457 allocated points, representing 85.9% of the vote.
Mark Carney.
And we just had the announcement that Mark Carney is now the new Prime Minister of Canada and the leader, of course, of the Liberal Party. And he won by a pretty astonishing 85% of the vote.
Okay, well,
we're expecting to hear from him soon, but let's go straight to Diana Magnay, our international correspondent. Diana, not only has he won, but he has won resoundingly.
That was an astonishing difference between him and Chrystia Freeland, the number two, who's long been Deputy Prime Minister and the Finance Minister, who resigned at the end of last year. She only got 8% of the vote, and Mark Carney coming in with nearly 86%. That is absolutely astonishing. He promised a mandate for change within the Liberal Party, and I think that's clearly what people wanted. They wanted someone who was an economic strong hand, which Mark Carney, having been both Governor of the Bank of England through Brexit, Governor of the Bank of Canada too, is something that, you know, economics is his bread and butter. And I think also this was clear that they just wanted to move away from the politics of the last decade of Justin Trudeau, with whom Chrystia Freeland was so closely implicated. You know, Mark Carney is a very, very solid figure in terms of the economy and therefore dealing with Donald Trump. But he doesn't have political experience in the way that Chrystia Freeland did. He's never been a politician, but in his own words, he has been a leader. You don't lead institutions like that unless you have considerable experience leading organizations. And he has a very, very difficult job on his hands in terms of this tariff war with Donald Trump. But clearly, the Canadian Liberals felt that he was the man to combat Donald Trump rather than Chrystia Freeland.
Okay. So, hey, maybe we need more leaders, man, to get these politicians a break, man. I think, let's do that. You know what I'm talking about? Look at Trump. Now look at him. He ain't got, you know what I'm saying? It be like that sometimes. Now, Trump, when he started his first term, you know, granted, he didn't really know everything, but baby, y'all think the beast don't know now? With time and strength, baby, you can't tell this man nothing. All that fire y'all put that man through, Try to take his life and everything and mug shots and just, boy, man, y'all birthed the beast this go round. He ain't playing with none of y'all and his team either. Let's keep it moving. Coming straight from Real Sec 16.
This is the Trump is a triple OG. Trump has got balls made out of Valerian steel. This is the toughest man I know. They tried to throw trumped-up charges at him, locking up for life.
Mm-hmm.
They failed. He is the real Teflon Don. He is the capo di capo titi, the boss of the bosses, the most powerful man in the world. He's a juggernaut. He's a mythological figure. There ain't no stopping him. You can hate all you want.
That part.
But he's your president
of the United States.
And we're going to enjoy this golden age that is ushering us into. God bless Trump. God bless the Trump administration.
Mm-hmm.
God bless America. Mm-hmm. And God bless all of y'all. Have a fantastic and awesome day.
Amen. Thank you, Aaron. That's Aaron694, y'all. If y'all want to follow him.
Trump.
I don't know why my screen is acting up and not let me just exit out of it like I've been doing, but it does that from time to time, y'all. It really does. Holy-ish. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. exposes many members of Congress to Big Pharma's ties. Wow. This comes straight from MAGA Voice, y'all. On X, let's get into it.
Today, over 100 members of Congress support a bill to fund Ozempic with Medicare at $1,500 a month. Most of these members have taken money from the manufacturer of that product, a European company called Novo Nordisk. As everyone knows, once a drug is approved for Medicare, it goes to Medicaid. And there is a push to recommend Ozempic for Americans as young as 6 over a condition, obesity, that is completely preventable and barely even existed 100 years ago. Since 74% of Americans are obese, the cost of all of them, if they take their Ozempic prescriptions, will be $3 trillion a year. This is a drug that has made Novo Nordisk the biggest company in Europe. It's a Danish company, but the Danish government does not recommend it. It recommends a change in diet to treat obesity and exercise. Virtually Novo Nordisk's entire value is based upon its projections of what Ozempic is going to sell to Americans. For half the price of Ozempic, we could purchase regeneratively raised organic agriculture, organic food for every American, 3 meals a day, and gym membership for every obese American.
Come on,
Why are
now.
members of Congress doing the bidding of this Danish company instead of standing up for American farmers and children? Because Novo Nordisk is one of the largest funders of medical research, the media and politicians and the medical schools all go along with them.
That's what I'm talking about, team. Expose, and keep on exposing. Like, at the end of the day, keep on exposing these people. Did y'all hear that? We can take this money, get memberships, 3 meals a day. You know what I'm saying? Like, help y'all lose it naturally. There's money tied into this stuff. But also, I was hearing the side effects of that. Like, come on. Let's get it. $5 trillion untraceable is gone from the U.S. Treasury. It is accounting error, or is it theft? Well, I don't know, y'all. Y'all tell me. Since they took the office, it's been a lot of theft going on. They just keep going.
DOGE says they found almost $5 trillion in payments that are untraceable. The budget line is blank, and they're worried about your Bitcoin. $5 trillion Untraceable.
Crazy.
No idea where it went and how it was spent. A $5 trillion blank check.
Wow.
Social Security sent out $72 billion in bad checks. Guess who resigned last night? The head of Social Security. Right when DOGE asked Michelle King to have a seat because she was about to get canned, she says, "You can't fire me because I quit." And the press is acting like this isn't suspicious.
Guilty.
You may assert there's no waste in the Pentagon. You may assert there's no waste in
Stephen,
Treasury.
I'm not
you may
asserting, I
assert
don't
there's
think
no
anyone
waste in
would assert that,
HHS.
Stephen. Stephen, I don't think anyone.
Then why are you not celebrating these cuts? If you agree there is waste, if you agree there is abuse, if you agree there is corruption, why are you not celebrating the cuts, the reforms that are being instituted?
She getting
every
a check.
day that no action.
She getting a check. Look what media you on. She getting a check from these very people.
Is taken. The entire
Stephen, let's calm
salaries
down.
of American workers that are taxed disappear forever.
Stephen, let's calm down.
This is
We're
not
calm down. Shut up.
We're not having a debate.
There's no reason
about whether there
Shut up.
are
well, you are
places.
clearly trying to debate me, and I will be as I want to be about the fact that we are saving Americans billions of dollars.
Facts, man. Talking about every time. Shut up, girl. Catch up. Catch up. All right. Lauren, 1960. Let me see what this is.
Congresswoman's shocking admission.
So is the DOGE program targeted at these bureaucrats?
Yes.
And so what can you expect?
Well, let's look at the Department of Education. The federal Department of Education has a budget of about $280 billion a year. Less than 25% goes to educating our students. So where does the other $220 billion go? It goes to a bureaucracy. It goes to a consultant. And that consultant then donates money back to the Democrats. And then it goes to a different consultant. And then it goes to an NGO. And then it goes to, it is money laundering and money churning at its absolute best. And you can look at almost every single agency and you will find it. So the brilliance of DOGE isn't that he's going in and cutting spending. He doesn't have the authority to do that. We're the ones that have the authority to do that. What I want him to do is come up with a report, go through agency by agency by agency, identify every single program that we should not be funding, put a number attached to it. We slap a preamble on the front of that report, and we say that every single agency is having their budget cut by X amount as shown in the attached report, and none of those programs can go forward from here on out.
Boom. Fact. She laying facts, man. She laying facts, y'all. Y'all hear how much money is going out? So all them bimbos getting paid, and we sit here working hard. Just give me a little half of that, and I'll show y'all what I do with it. Dang. I'm slick mad, y'all. Slick mad. I'm just going down the list, y'all. I'm just showing y'all some of Trump's administration and what they doing thus far. Because y'all think that Trump the only one working. Hell no, the team is too. This is coming straight from Girl Patriot. A Girl Patriot in 1974. Marco Rubio speaks to students who are here on foreign visas who thought it was good to protest on college campus against our country. What kind of people are these people? You're a visitor. You need to go. See, this is the thing. The most loud is the weakest, y'all. And they're bringing attention on themselves. When they sit here cursing and yelling and trying to prove a point by sitting down and holding signs, they are just bringing the attention to themselves. And they're saying, hey, we are for the corruption. We are a part of the corruption, and we are for this corruption, and we are for all y'all tax dollars to spend it on this corruption. Like, it's not hard to identify who these people are anymore. They're right here boldly in front of your face. Pay attention. Let's get into it.
What I am saying is common sense. You're a visitor. You're not even an American. You're a foreign national. You're here because we gave you a visa to be here temporarily, and now you're out there defending and supporting Hamas, a terrorist organization. You need to go. What I am saying is common sense.
Point blank, period. These folks is finna stop playing with y'all for real. Like, seriously. They seriously finna stop playing with y'all. Because y'all doing too much. It's coming straight from Zero. Mexican man who has been living illegally, y'all. Check this out. In the United States for 20 years is crying his eyes out because he's moving back to his country. His American wife says that we elected Hitler and that she doesn't feel safe for her and her husband anymore. Well, let me just tell you something. Your crying illegal because it's a lot of us and a lot of parents, okay, and widows who have lost their loved ones behind illegals. So let me tell you something, wife. If you don't like what you seeing right now, baby, go. You can go right on back with your crying husband who wasn't supposed to be here to begin with. And you being an American wife should have talked some sense like, hubby, let's go down here and go ahead and get you all the way legit. You know what I'm saying? 20 years they was able to be down here. You get what I'm saying? Bye. Let's get into it, man.
Today's my last day.
Ooh, nobody cares about them tears.
Right here in the United States. After 20 years.
Oh, who played the music?
The truth is, we basically just re-elected Hitler, and I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe. My husband isn't safe, and I don't like it.
It's time to go.
Playing the violin. Bye-bye.
I'm really hopeful that everything goes easily at the airport and that nothing scary happens.
Don't get me wrong, I'm very happy. I'm going to my country, I'm going to Mexico. I'm bringing my wife with me.
Bye.
And I'm talking scary on our end. I'm not scared at all of getting to Mexico. I'm actually really, really looking forward to being somewhere that I feel safe.
Okay, but you was down here for 20 years.
I'm gonna get to see it.
And the only reason why you going back is because they found out ICE came and found out about your husband, and now you got to go back because y'all was living very comfortably for the past 20 years. So, shut up.
My family, my sisters, after 20 years.
I think it's truly shocking that the United States of America feels like one of the least safe places in the world.
Oh my gosh.
This is a good life for us. We're gonna have a great life. Like, we're about to live in Claudia Scheinbaum territory. That sounds exciting, man. I'm super annoyed that the things going on in the world are playing on any level in the plans of our future, because I do think that it's just something
She's making me yarn. Shut up, Bimbo.
And excited about.
There's a park, a beautiful park, Veterans Park. I'm here almost every night to walk with my dog.
Look at that happy baby. Aren't you, dolls? You're just a happy girl.
It's gonna be.
It's so weird. I'm not going to be living here anymore. That's so weird.
Yeah. Busted. It looked like you need to go ahead and do what you need to do to get here right. You know what I'm saying? Cause check that out. Your wife, it's your wife fault. She would have won. They should have told you like, hey, babe, let's go on here and get you all the way legit. Cause honestly, y'all, these tears are him wanting to stay. And if push come to shove it with him and the wife had to go, this man right here will stay and they be shifting her tail on down there. This is the tears of him not really wanting to go while she talking all that noise. But you've been here for 20 years, sir. You should have been trying to figure out how to do the right thing to stay here. Crazy.
I'm está pegando.
Dang. Crazy, y'all. Okay. Well, that is it, y'all. Oh, hang on. Oh, this will be. All right. The woman was skeptical and turned off from the MAGA movement in the beginning because of the lies that have been spread about us. Okay. Once you find out for yourself, it opens your eyes. MAGA is the best people this country has to offer. I fully agree with her. Do you? This is coming straight from America. Papa Bear, y'all. Check her out. And then we going to end it right here. Look at him right here on the side with the face. Crybaby face. All right, let me get him out of here. And then let's get into this.
MAGA is not at all what I thought that MAGA actually was. I was turned off by the movement. Felt like there was a lot of anger and negativity associated with it. And overall, I'm a really positive person. I also thought it was for like very specific individuals, which are Christian Americans, and I just didn't find it relatable. Well, now I know better that it is a massive movement that is very inclusive. There is everybody here. I am a spiritual woman, and I respect people who participate in organized religion. I just don't. I have my own beliefs, but there are all races and sexualities and genders and people from all across the country and people all across the world that would love to participate in it. That the MAGA movement is way more of a beautiful thing than I would have ever guessed. And I feel very privileged to have learned early enough to be able to participate and enjoy it with all of you.
All right. And I couldn't agree with her. I couldn't agree with her anymore, y'all. I agree with her. Facts, y'all. So people are definitely waking up, y'all. Whether they still being a Democrat stuff, a lot of people are embarrassed. But people are definitely waking up. Okay? So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all enjoy this. Thank y'all for the ones who are actually watching the video from beginning to the end. Y'all, when you do that, that helps push this out to YouTube. YouTube like, let me push this out to this person, that person, that person, and that person. So you're watching it from the beginning to the end. Thank you so much for actually really supporting and rocking with your girl. It takes a lot of time and a lot of energy to put in this content to get it out there, y'all. The truth shall prevail. And we got the right people in place to do it. So that's the end right there, y'all. Let's go ahead and chop it up in the comment section. Until the next one, y'all, be safe. I'm out. Okay?